I have a fun question for you. Do you think someone likes you? In this video, I want to talk about some of the cues to know if you think someone likes you, has a crush on you, is maybe attracted to you. There are certain things that humans do over and over again when they feel attraction. So you should be on the lookout for these cues. Number 1, mirroring. Mirroring is when we subtly copy or mimic someone's gestures, voice tone, even word usage. And research has found that when we like someone, even on a friendship level, we tend to mimic, mirror, or copy them. We even do this without realizing it. Like our heart rates can sync up with our best friend. We tend to mimic or copy the vocal tone of someone we like in the room, or even the most powerful person in the room. So pay attention to see, are they sitting like you? Do they sound like you? Are they using the words that you're using? Are they using the amount of gestures you're using? A kind of easy way to see this is, are they sitting the way that you're sitting? And if you change your seated position, do they copy it within a minute or two? That's a good indicator that someone is mirroring you because they want to show you, I'm so in tune with you. I literally want to sit, sound, and act like you without even realizing it. Attraction cue number 2, understanding space. So researcher Edward Hall looked at the space between individuals. The fancy word for this is proxemics. And what he found is that there are 4 basic zones. There's the public zone. Depending on your culture, this can be anywhere around 7 feet away. So 2 people about 7 feet away from each other. Next is the social zone. This is the zone we like to socialize in. Depending on your culture, this is 3 to 5 feet away. And there's the personal zone. The personal zone means we're starting to really get intimate, but we're not pre-physical touch yet, but we want to be even closer. The personal zone is 1.5 feet to 3 feet away, again, depending on your culture. And the last zone, reserved for the most intimate of people, is called the intimate zone. That is literally pre-kissing or pre-touch. And it is about 1.5 feet or 18 inches to 0 inches away. What you want to understand is when we like something, we want to get closer to it. This shows that we're interested because if we want to see something better, we lean in. If we want to smell something better, we lean in. If we want to touch something, we lean in. And so pay attention to how close someone gets to you. This can be in a standing environment. So if they come in and they're talking very close to you, or even over a table, are they leaning in? Are they literally trying to get as close as possible? They could even be trying to close the space distance with touch. So the way that we will often get closer is we'll put one body part in the intimate zone. So maybe you and I, like you and me right now, are about 1.5 feet to 3 feet away, depending on where you're sitting, which means we're in the personal zone because we're talking about attraction, right? This is pretty good. If I wanted to reach out into your intimate zone, I could reach out and touch your arm or touch your hand. I could hand you something. I call this a nonverbal bridge. It's a way to bridge into someone's next space. So are they reaching out to touch you? Are they reaching out to give you things? Are they touching your arm or your hand? Are they reaching out for hugs or high fives or fist bumps? That means they're literally trying to physically close the space distance. Because when we like something, we want to get closer to it. Attraction cue number 3. This one sounds silly, but it's true. Belly direction. When we are interested in something, we want to focus our entire physical attention towards it. So if I'm fully focused on someone, I angle my entire body towards that person, my head, my belly, my toes. So pay attention to where their belly is facing. Are they fully engaged with you, or are they angled away? Are they leaning back? Is their belly angled out? Typically, when someone is angled out, it's kind of distancing behavior. It means they're engaged, but their mind is still elsewhere, or they're open to someone else approaching them. If they are fully present with you and their belly just stays with your belly, like aligned on the same line, it means they are very attuned with you or engaged with you. Attraction cue number 4, asking questions. When we are interested in something, we want to know more about it. So pay attention to how many questions the person is asking you. Not just answering in a charismatic way, but are they asking you questions back? Are they trying to dig deeper? The more questions someone asks, usually the more interested they are in you. This can be both platonic, friendship, someone trying to get to know you better, but it also can indicate romantic attraction. If someone really wants you to be their life partner or they want to get intimate with you, they're going to try to find out as much as possible to see, is this person safe? Is this person aligned with me? And would we be a good match? So see how many questions are they asking you. By the way, be sure to check out some of my videos on my favorite first date questions and my favorite questions for potential couples. Attraction cue number 5, eye contact. So eye contact does 2 things. One, when we make eye contact, we are better able to read nonverbal cues. So if someone is making eye contact with you, it means they're better trying to understand you. They want to read your facial expressions. They want to see if you're looking at them. They want to see if you're showing any nervous behavior or distancing behavior. So they're observing you. Great. The second part of eye contact is that eye contact produces oxytocin. So across genders and cultures and races, the amount of eye contact can be different, but what eye contact does is the same. And that is when we are making mutual eye contact, oxytocin is produced in both people's bodies. Oxytocin is incredibly important for connection. It's the chemical that makes us feel belonging. It makes us feel those warm and fuzzies. When you're with someone, when you're on a date or you're talking to them and you're like, God, I just really like this person. That is actually the feeling of oxytocin. And one of the fastest ways we produce it is through eye contact. So if someone is trying to make eye contact with you, they're observing you, but they're also trying to create, without realizing it, that chemical connection, oxytocin, so you can literally feel bonded. Little bonus here is the second way that we also produce oxytocin is through touch. So remember how we talked about if someone reaches out and touches your arm or is giving you a hug or a high five, touch also produces oxytocin. So if someone's trying to make a lot of eye contact and reaching out for little touches, those are two very powerful ways they're trying to produce oxytocin. Attraction cue number 6. Emotional attentiveness. This is a really hard one to gauge, but it's important because there's a difference between platonic curiosity and romantic attraction. And I think the key is this, emotional attentiveness. So if someone asks you a question and listens to the answer casually, great, they're interested in you. But if someone asks you a question and they want to go deeper, and they ask follow-up questions, and they ask how you felt about it, and they share how they felt about it, what they're looking for is emotional attunement. They're looking for, is this person on the same page as me about this answer or about this question? Are they paying attention to how you feel loved or appreciated? Are they seeing or sensing what lights you up? When someone has romantic interest, they want to know your trigger buttons, your hot buttons, your passion points. So they are attentively seeking, did you like that? Oh, you like talking about this topic? Oh yeah, I love XYZ hobby too. They're trying to find mutual moments of we are both into that, and therefore we might both be into each other. Attraction cue number 7, preening. I have trouble with this cue, but I had to include it here to include the full scope. So research shows that when we self-touch, so when girls or women touch their hair or touch their neck or touch their lips, that one, they could be calling attention to their most attractive features. So look at me, look at my hair, or look at my lips, or look at my long neck, right? So the moment I touch those things, it calls your attention to them. So that's an aspect of attractiveness. And even some research shows that it could be trying to release our pheromones. So when if someone touches their hair or their neck, it actually releases more of our scent, and that could attract a potential mate. The problem with this cue, and the reason why it's the very last one, is because self-touch can also be a nervous gesture. So when someone is nervous, you know what they also do? So it's a very fine line between flirtatious self-touch and nervous self-touch. And the only way to know the difference here is the words or the emotion accompanying with it. So if someone's like, oh my gosh, tell me more, right? Smiles, it's a lean in, there's a lot of positive verbal, that could be an attractive preen. If someone's like, I don't really know about that, there's a negative, there's a look away, there's negative nonverbal, probably is more of a nervousness preen or a nervousness self-touch. So take that one with a grain of salt. Be careful how you use it. I hope this video is helpful for you to decipher who might be attracted to you or romantically interested in you versus someone who's maybe just platonically interested in you. Did you know that I'm interested in you? In a platonic way, of course. I've been married for about 12 years, but I do like you enough to ask a favor, which is, would you like this video and comment below? And if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe so we can be lifelong friends. By the way, if you watched this video and felt like, oh man, I don't think that this person is interested in me. I don't think that they like me very much. I have a free training on how to be more authentically likable. So if you're trying to attract more people, maybe you're dating, or you're even just trying to be more likable in your work environment or your social environment, please watch my free training. It's completely free. I include all my steps on how to harness our authentic likability. So be sure to register at the link below. It's free. We'll send it to you right away. I'm so curious what you think.